Hey, what's up everybody? Julian here. Today we're going to talk about 6 popular ways new writers make a sale. So you've finally finished a script you're proud of. Congrats! But are you trying to figure out how to sell a screenplay? In this video we're going to take a look at 6 great options to help you do that. Coming up! We're not saying that selling scripts is easy. There are no guarantees attached to any of the steps in this video. But if you apply those tips for as long as it takes, selling a script should become much easier. To get the maximum benefit out of this video, remember first that you should be writing screenplays that sell. Once you know how, get together a portfolio including at least 2 stellar screenplays, complete with a synopsis and query letter ready to go. Once you have a portfolio together that's received a glowing review from a friend in the industry or recommend grade from a script coverage service, the real work begins. How to sell a screenplay option number 1. Get a manager, not an agent. Agents have become something of an enigma because of the catch-22 situation that your script won't be read unless you have an agent. And somehow getting an agent has become a kind of holy grail among aspiring screenwriters. But this approach is all wrong. In reality, agents only exist so that a deal can be made and processed between you, the screenwriter, and a producer or studio. An agent's job is to make deals happen. Most of the time, this is only going to happen when a screenplay is seen as commercially strong and marketable. Since screenplay agents only get 10% of whatever deals they put in place, they will only make any money if the deal is big enough. Screenwriting agents only make enough money to have a career on mid to high level deals. Doing a deal on a script sale of $100,000 is lucrative as long as they do a lot of them. And most will only represent writers if they find a script they can easily sell. Stop chasing agents, start chasing managers. Screenwriting managers, however, are a different thing altogether. They will help you become a better writer. They'll help develop your scripts, offer feedback, work with you, build your network, name drop you around town, etc. Most managers will even help you to get an agent, but only, of course, if they think the agent will know how to sell your screenplay. If you want to break into Hollywood, then seeking out screenwriting agents may be a necessary step in doing so, but only later on. Rather than spending all your energy trying to find an agent who you think can launch your career, focus on getting a literary manager instead. We have put together a list of the top 100 plus screenwriting managers currently working in Hollywood. I'll put that link in the description below. How to sell a script option number 2. Seek out producers and executives. Another smart option when it comes to selling scripts is to find a producer. If you can get your script into their hands, they may want to help you raise money. A development executive, also called creative executive, will often be approached by a producer with a script to convince the studio to back it. However, because they work so closely with screenplays, they're obviously well worth targeting also. How to contact producers and execs. Where do you find producers and executives who may want to be able to sell your script? There was a time when searching for them used to be done using hard copies of the Hollywood Representation Directory and Hollywood Creative Directory. This method, though, has been rendered obsolete by the internet. The best way to find people is by signing up to IMDb Pro. It costs about $20 a month, but you do get a free trial to test it out. Once you're on there, you'll have access to the contact details of all the production companies, studios, and execs in Hollywood. Then you can seek out those who work on projects that are similar to yours and may be able to sell your script. Keep in mind what genre or mix of genres best describes your script and target like-minded people. If you have a great music-based drama screenplay, for example, check out who financed and developed Sing Street and Whiplash. Focus on those queries, and focus your queries on them. Create a spreadsheet. Take all of the information from IMDb Pro and put it into one giant spreadsheet. List the names of all the managers, producers, companies, and execs you want to approach. However, it's often a good idea to not go for the actual person you want to make contact with. Instead, try to contact their assistant or someone lower down the food chain who may be more open to dialogue and have more free time. Take the first 50 names on your spreadsheet, but remember to find out what their company's submission policy is before submitting your query. You may also wish to give them a call instead of emailing in order to establish more of a personal connection. Selling scripts, however, is much like selling anything else. If you're not that confident over the phone, it may be best to stick to email. How to sell a script option number 3. Selling scripts through networking. If you want to learn how to sell a screenplay, you also need to learn how to network. It's just a part of the business that every aspiring screenwriter needs to get to grips with, no matter how unappealing it may seem at first. While a screenwriting manager may be able to open doors for you, you're also going to have to create your own opportunities. This means getting out there and meeting people. Start by creating a list of everyone you know who's somehow connected to the industry, or at best, someone you know who knows someone in the industry. Move to Los Angeles. If you don't already live in LA, consider a move. It's not that easy to do, mostly if you're from another country like yours truly. Is it bad that I don't know the words to my own national anthem? But in all seriousness, LA makes it much easier to meet industry people and give selling a screenplay a real shot. You'll be able to easily attend conferences, screenings, writing groups, and festivals, and easily make connections. Not to mention hang in the same coffee shops as managers, executives, producers, actors, and other writers. Getting to know actors can also be extremely beneficial. They don't have to be Emma Stone or Ryan Gosling, but if you can get a moderately well-known actor to read the script, they may be interested in playing a role. Once they're attached, it'll be then easier to attach other parties such as producers. Yes, you may be able to hit people up on Skype nowadays, but face-to-face contact is often the very best way to get your career moving. How to sell a screenplay option number 4. As well as going the more traditional way when it comes to selling your screenplay, the websites below can help you sell scripts online. The Blacklist. If you want to know how to sell your screenplay online, the Blacklist is a good place to start. The site began as a survey in 2005 when Franklin Leonard surveyed around 100 film industry execs about their favorite scripts from that year that had not been made. Now screenwriters are able to upload their scripts to their database and monitor the volume of interest it receives from industry executives. IMDb Pro. Signing up to this site has become an industry standard procedure for any writer wanting to know how to sell a screenplay. It costs about $20 a month. It's about $150 a year. To have full access to a huge database of managers, producers, execs, and actors. Inktip. Over 200 films have been made by producers from scripts and writers found on Inktip. In fact, they average 30 films produced each year. In addition to helping countless writers find representation or options for their script, they also work with a mix of independent producers and larger companies including ABC, HBO, ICM, and Century Fox. International Screenwriters Association. This site is packed full of ads seeking screenwriters for sitcoms, web series, sci-fi movies, and everything in between. All you need to do is sign up for membership with the ISA and then start submitting your resumes for the gig. How to sell a screenplay option number 5. Screenwriting contests. The market has become kind of swamped with contests, but create a list of those 3 to 5 you think are the best fit for your script. Placing high in one of the top screenwriting contests out there can really help you with selling a screenplay and do wonders for your career. How to sell a screenplay option number 6. Apply for screenwriting jobs. You can find some very interesting and legitimate ads on sites looking for screenwriters and screenplays. When it comes to selling a screenplay, resist the temptation to fire off an email 3 days later inquiring if they've read your script. If you don't hear back, give it 3 weeks before following up with a short and polite email. If you do hear back, it'll probably be one of those 5 responses. Can you send in the script? Can you send in a synopsis? This isn't for me, but what else do you have? Sorry, I'm not interested. Good luck. Tumbleweeds. If you receive any of those first 3 responses, send off your work and again give it a few weeks before following up. If nothing comes of the leads you've created, it usually means that there's a problem with A, the initial query, B, your script or synopsis, C, your follow-up. Ask for feedback and get back to work. In the meantime, keep writing new material, honing your skills, networking, and expanding your portfolio. Selling a movie script is a mix of sticking with it for the long haul and pure luck. It really depends on how much you want it. If this is something you feel born to do, stick with it, and the chances are you will succeed. After all, many writers took decades before they finally started selling scripts. On the other hand, not everyone is cut out to even begin writing screenplays that sell. If you give it your best shot and years later still haven't gotten anywhere, maybe it's not. The most important question though is, are you still having fun writing? Because believe it or not, it shows on the page. How to sell a screenplay. Conclusion. As you probably know, no one has a real answer on how to sell a screenplay. Every professional writer has a different angle and a different story on how they broke in. But hopefully this video will set you off in the right direction. Alright guys, that's it for me today. What do you think of our recommendation on how to sell a screenplay? Or have you already started selling scripts? What's your breaking in story? How did you go about selling your first screenplay? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, if you'd like your script read by a professional screenwriter, check out the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to be kept up to date with our best screenwriting tips. See you soon!